My childhood babysitter disappeared in 2005, last week. I found her still 17 and smiling in my parents' basement. The first time I heard the thumping under the floorboards, I thought it was the pipes. It was late, around 1 a.m. I just moved back into my parents' house temporarily while going through a brutal divorce. I hadn't stepped foot in that place since college, and I swore I never would again. But life has a way of kicking you when you're already on your knees. So I packed up my apartment, swallowed my pride, and drove back to the cul-de-sac I'd spent my entire teenage years trying to escape. The house hadn't changed much. Same creaky steps, same yellowing wallpaper in the hallway, same dead porch light that my dad never replaced. It was like stepping into a perfectly preserved museum of my adolescence. I was crashing in the basement. My old room had been turned into a home office full of dusty boxes and unused exercise equipment. The basement had that cold, damp smell that always clung to the walls no matter how many scented candles you burned. But it was quiet, and I needed quiet. That first night, I tossed and turned on the old futon. The wind outside howled, branches scratched the windows. But that wasn't what woke me. It was the sound. A soft thump, then another, then a dragging noise, coming from the floorboards beneath the basement stairs. I sat up, heart knocking against my ribs. Maybe a raccoon got in. Maybe old pipes expanding. Houses make noises, I told myself. But that sound wasn't random. It was rhythmic, like someone moving. I crept toward the stairs, phone flashlight in hand, trying not to breathe too loud. The sound stopped. Total silence. I waited. Nothing. So I went back to bed. The next morning at breakfast, I casually mentioned it to my dad. He was making his usual burnt toast and instant coffee, looking more like a scarecrow than the man who used to bench press me when I was 5. "Oh yeah," he said without looking up. "House settles weird. You'll get used to it." But it sounded like something moving. He shrugged. "Maybe the foundation shifting. Basement's always been strange." He didn't even blink. My mom was nowhere to be seen. I asked about her, and he muttered something about a church retreat. She'd be back in a few days, which was odd. Mom never went anywhere alone. But I didn't push. That night I heard it again. This time louder. Thump, thump, drag. It was coming from the far corner of the basement, behind the old shelves piled with paint cans and Christmas decorations. I grabbed my phone again and tiptoed over. I shined the light between the cracks in the shelf. Something gleamed back at me. A small round eye, not an animal eye, not red or reflective, just human. I screamed and stumbled backward, knocking over a box of tangled Christmas lights. When I looked again, it was gone. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, I went into full investigation mode. I waited until my dad left for his walk. He always took an hour-long lap around the neighborhood. And then I got to work. I moved the shelves, inch by inch, revealing the dusty wall behind them. And there, behind a long roll of carpet, I found it. A door. A small wooden door, no more than 5 feet high, with a brass knob. It looked ancient, paint peeling, edges cracked like dried skin. And worse, it was padlocked. The lock was rusted, but intact. I tried every key I could find in the junk drawer upstairs. None fit. I stared at that door for a long time. My skin crawled just being near it. I left it alone. For now. That evening, I confronted my dad. "There's a locked door in the basement." He didn't answer at first, just kept peeling a bruised apple with shaky hands. "What's behind it?" I asked. He sighed. "Old crawl space. We had a problem with mold years ago. Had it sealed up." I didn't believe him. "You padlocked it." He finally looked at me. His eyes were tired. Hollow. "It's not safe." I waited for more. He didn't offer any. "I want to see it." His jaw tightened. "You don't want to open that door," he said. "Some things are better left alone." That night, the sounds came back. But they weren't just under the floorboards now. They were whispering. A soft voice, childlike, faint, said my name, over and over. "Danny, Danny, Danny." I shoved in earbuds, cranked the volume, and tried to pretend I was dreaming. But I wasn't. The next morning, I called my childhood friend Alex. He still lived in town and was always up for weird adventures. "You remember my old babysitter?" I asked. He frowned through the phone. Carla? I froze. That name. It hit me like ice water. I hadn't thought of her in years. She was my first crush. 17, blonde, always wore pink lip gloss. She used to bring me popsicles and sing me songs from her favorite bands. She was sweet, kind, and then one day, she vanished. Right after my 9th birthday, my parents said she moved away. Her family had some emergency, they told me, but I remember crying, asking for her. I remember my mom saying, "She's not coming back, honey." Sometimes people just leave. I never questioned it. Until now. That evening, I found a photo album in the attic, buried under blankets and old board games. I flipped through the pages. Birthday parties, vacations, then a picture of Carla, in our backyard, holding a popsicle, her hand on my shoulder, and on the back, scribbled in my mother's handwriting, July 12, 2005, the day she vanished. I checked the news archives. Nothing. No missing person report. No farewell post. Just gone. Like she never existed. That night, I couldn't take it anymore. I waited until 3 a.m., grabbed a hammer, and crept back to the basement. I smashed the padlock. Fell open with a sharp clank. I opened the door. It creaked, revealing a narrow tunnel lined with rotting wood. The air smelled like earth and mildew, and something else sweeter, metallic, blood. I stepped inside, and at the end of the tunnel, I saw her, Carla, still 17, still smiling. She was sitting cross-legged on a moldy mattress, in a room no bigger than a walk-in closet. The walls were stone, wet and pulsing with condensation. A single light bulb dangled from the ceiling, flickering faintly. Her head turned as I stepped in, as if she'd been expecting me. "Danny," she whispered, her voice untouched by time. My knees buckled. I had to grip the wall to keep from falling. "What? How?" She smiled. Her lips were cracked. Her eyes gleamed like polished glass. "You came back. You promised you would." I shook my head. No, you disappeared. You. Where the hell have you been?" She tilted her head, curls cascading over one shoulder. "Down here, where they put me." I backed up a step. My heart was jackhammering in my chest. "Who put you here?" She just looked at me, and then, from behind me, a voice said, "I told you not to open that door." I turned. My father stood in the entry of the tunnel, the flickering light behind him casting a long, crooked shadow across the floor. He looked exhausted, pale. "She wasn't supposed to last this long," he said quietly. "But she did." I couldn't find my voice. "She babysat you for a summer," he continued. "Then she started getting attached, said things, wrote things." He stepped forward. The light glinted off something in his hand. "Keys. She wanted to take you away. Said your mom was crazy. Said she'd keep you safe." His voice cracked. "She was going to file a report. Get child services involved." I looked back at Carla. She was still smiling. "She said she was my best friend," I whispered. "She was 17. You were 9, my father said. She thought it was love. Obsession, maybe. She wasn't right. But your mom," he swallowed hard. "Your mom said we had to protect you, keep the family together." My stomach turned. "So you what? Locked her down here? For 20 years. I fed her, cleaned the room, gave her books, music. She didn't scream after the first week. I wanted to throw up. She stopped aging," I said. He nodded slowly. "Yeah, that's the thing. We don't know how. She didn't eat enough to survive. Barely spoke, barely moved." Carla stood now, her feet bare and pale, toes blackened at the tips. She took a step toward us. "He promised to let me out when you turned 18. I lied," my father said, without apology. She looked at me. "But you're back now." I stumbled out of the room, past my dad, back through the tunnel and into the open basement. The thumping wasn't coming from the floorboards anymore. It was inside my head. I grabbed my car keys. "Danny, wait." My dad started, but I was already out the front door. I slept in my car in the Walmart parking lot that night. I kept seeing her face. Carla, frozen in time, smiling like she never left 2005. I woke up to 50 missed calls from my dad. I didn't answer. The next day, I drove to the police station. I didn't know what I was going to say. There's a 17-year-old girl in my dad's basement. Who's still 17 after 20 years? They'd never believe me, but someone had to know. I walked up to the front desk. My hand hovered over the bell, and then I turned and walked away.